Welcome to this shoulder and chest or heart opening, enlivening sequence. To start off, you'll want to have a few blocks with you depending on your mobility. Everyone will place a block at the bottom edge of the shoulder blade. So where that flat bone ends, that's where the top edge of the block will be. So Julia will lay back on the block, and you should get like a nice pop sort of feeling. If it's uncomfortable for your neck, you can place another block underneath the head, and you may like the medium setting. Some people may like the taller or the shorter. Julie's fine on the low setting. What you want to make sure you feel here is that there is this vibrancy in the chest. If you're not feeling much at all, you may need to move the block a little bit lower. Oftentimes, people accidentally place the block underneath the flat of the shoulder blades rather than the bottom edge. If you're feeling it in the lower back, then you need to scoot the block higher up your back. And we'll hold here for another minute. If you're feeling like you want more sensation in the pose, you can play with taking the arms overhead. If taking the arms overhead on the floor is uncomfortable, there's also the option, lift your arms up, of placing the arms on blocks. If you don't have this many blocks, then just get some pillows. I don't think Julie needs the blocks. She's quite bendy, so we'll leave her alone. And as you lay here, think of the breath going up from the bottom of the chest to the top of the shoulders, and the exhale spills over the tops of the shoulders toward the floor. So the inhale, you're tracing an energy up the chest to the top of the shoulders, and exhale down the back of the shoulders. And that's a minute, but I feel like we can use another 30 seconds. So hang out a little longer. With every exhale, allow gravity to work on you. Every inhale, feel that vibrancy, that spaciousness being created in your chest. And then you can bend the knees and roll to the left off of the block. And then come back down and make a bridge shape with your body. So the feet are hip width apart. We have the fingers interlaced behind us, and the shoulder blades wiggle together 80 to 90% of the way. And then from this position, the forearms press down, and we pop the chest toward the chin, and the chin moves toward the crown of the head to the back. And we'll sit the butt down. So now we're relaxing the hips down onto the forearms as we create that popping, extra pop in the chest. We'll hold here for another short while. Similar work with the breath in the chest. Inhales coming up, and exhale spilling over. And then press your feet down, lift up, release your arms. Good, and roll over to one side, and come on to hands and knees. From this position, we'll center the right hand underneath your face, and then weave the right arm underneath. In this position, feel the sensations along the side of the shoulder. Another tool you can use to help further relax into the pose is kind of like a humming sigh. So breathing in silently with a at the end. There you go, Julie. Yeah. And then come on up. And we'll switch sides. The left hand will center, and the right arm weaves underneath. Feel your body. We develop greater connection with our attention. So use the sensations in your body to stabilize your mind and become more present with this vessel in which you live. And lift yourself up. Now we'll take 2 blocks, potentially a third, and you'll place the back of the elbow. So not the inner elbow, but the backs of the elbows on the blocks, and the blocks are placed shoulder width apart. And then from here, walk your knees back so that they stack underneath your hips. And for Julie, because her hands come to her back up here quite easily and she can drop way down, we'll place a third block between her palms. Okay, so that moves the shoulder into deeper external rotation. The thought is of the chest sinking down. You also want to use the third block if you're feeling a pinching at the front of the shoulder due to compression from the shoulder rolling in. That third block helps open it up. But if you have tighter shoulders and it feels more comfortable to have the hands together, then go ahead and do so. Again, with every exhale, we're thinking of sinking down. Inhaling, creating space. If your forehead touches the floor easily, lift it a millimeter off of the floor so that your chest has more of an opportunity to sink even further. This is a great stretch for postures like hollow back as well. We'll hold here for another short while. Use the breath and the sensations in your body to stay present. And slowly lift yourself up. Good. And now lay yourself down on the floor with your stomach grounded. And make a cactus shape with your arms. You'll want to make sure, like Julie has here, the elbow is in line with the shoulder, not closer to your waist. Keep your left arm as is and move your right hand almost to like a chaturanga position. And then roll onto your left hip. If you're feeling a lot here, stay with this. If it's too much, you may want to lift your head up and place a block underneath your head. If that's not necessary, then don't worry about it. Okay. If you're craving more sensation and you're pretty bendy, you may try crossing your bottom ankle over the top thigh. How's that feeling? Nice. We like it intense over here. Wherever you're feeling the gripping, inhale to create space, exhale to soften. And then release this side and we'll switch. Yeah, notice how nice and slowly Julie's moving. So we definitely don't want to be yanking our body around. And if it feels different on one side than the other, totally normal. Trust it. To create more evenness, you may enhance the intensity of the stretch on the tighter side just a little bit. But again, we're not trying to force anything. We're aware that we are asymmetrical beings, but at the same time, we're moving toward balance. Just another 30 seconds. And come back to center. And push your way up and back to child's pose. And make your way up to a seated position. How you feeling?
In heaven.
Yay! So with this chest expansion, it really helps us to better lead with the heart in many ways because it changes the energetics of our body, makes us lighter and brighter. So go forth and shed that light with the world.